you have anxiety, like me, and you've been diagnosed and you're fully aware that you have anxiety, you'll know what anxiety feels like. And if you don't, that's okay. That's why I'm making this video, to help you understand what anxiety is, why we have it, and is it really a good thing to have anxiety? Honestly, it wasn't until that point that a doctor explained to me what anxiety is and why we have it that I really started to get into the recovery process. Now, I'm not a doctor by any means, and I am just explaining what happened to me, my experiences, and sharing them with you in the hopes that they will help you work through your anxiety, maybe seek medical treatment for your anxiety, and just bring, I guess maybe start the conversation for what anxiety is. So why do we have anxiety, and what is anxiety? So essentially, anxiety is our fight or flight response. In order to survive in a dangerous situation, either you fight or you run away.
You said it!
And this comes from our ancestors and even every wild animal. If you look at or observe an animal in the wild, if they come across something that's dangerous, they'll either fight it or they'll run away or fly away or whatever they do. And in the modern age, we don't really have a lot of tigers jumping out at us, but we still have that response, that body response to maybe a dangerous situation and or a situation that isn't dangerous, but our bodies are still trying to keep us alive. It is a really great survival tool. If you were to observe a wild animal or any other animal, you'll notice that they have the same response. Anxiety is just a reaction to a situation that a situation or a moment that isn't dangerous, but your body thinks it's dangerous or still has that alarm system set up. I like to look at anxiety as a good thing in a way, because my body is just trying to keep me safe. And even though it's on high alert all the time, I like to thank my body for trying to protect me, keep me safe, and keep me alive. Having this mindset has really helped me to move through my anxiety, my panic attacks, and while I'm going through those, I know this sounds really weird and kind of like counterintuitive, but I actually thank my body. I take a moment and thank it for trying to keep me alive. And you'd be surprised, it helps a lot, because the worst thing to do during a panic attack is to fight it. Okay, but let's take a pause because I need to go for a walk to help manage my anxiety. So I decided to come out here. I mean, how could you not want to look at the beautiful view? I live in San Diego, and so I take full advantage of the weather here. So anxiety can impact your life in 3 major ways, I guess you could say. You could group them in 3 major ways. So internally, behaviorally, and physically. So internally, you're going to probably feel worry, nervousness, an oversense of doom or helplessness. I know when I had no idea what was going on with my body, I always felt like this doom for no reason, and now I know it's my anxiety just kind of telling me like there's danger for no reason. And physically, because I was having all these racing thoughts or intrusive thoughts about possible triggers or compulsive thoughts about what my triggers could be, it impacted my physical health. So I was constantly shaky, trembling, and I was very sweaty. Like I had the clammy hands, and I know this one sounds weird, but GI issues. I always had a stomach ache or nausea, and I know this is going to sound really gross. I won't go into detail, but like lower intestinal issues. And for the longest time, because I didn't associate anxiety with stomach issues, I had no idea what was going on. I just thought that there was only a physical problem. And when I was diagnosed with anxiety and started getting treated for anxiety, I started feeling so much better. It's crazy. It's crazy how much anxiety impacts your entire life. And because you start to feel this way, maybe emotionally or physically, you're going to start changing your behavior. So this behavior could look like avoidance or isolation or anger even. Remember how I mentioned earlier in this video that anxiety is a fight or flight response? Anger is kind of your body saying, I want to fight and protect myself, even though you're not really in a situation that requires it. So, these are things that help me understand what was going on with my body, why it was feeling that way. So this is why it's so important to go and seek medical advice or see your doctor and tell them kind of what's going on with your body, because they'll be able to give you a proper diagnosis, tell you what you can do that works for your body, and maybe even just mentor you on how to deal with your anxiety on a daily basis. I have a therapist. I see him twice a week, and there's a lizard over there. He scared me a little bit. He explains to me what's going on in my body and how to correct the bad or unwanted behavior through positive behavior. And I hope this helps. Please let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you guys later.